When Kira looked out her window, the shady meadow was quieter than usual. Normally, tiny yellow sparks of light danced outside, but tonight, instead of light, little wings were fluttering parchment. Kira was 7 years old and fiercely curious. She pulled on her oversized, sound-muffling wool socks and crept outside onto the grass. She sat near the edge of the meadow by the old tree roots, holding her magnifying glass. These were not ordinary fireflies. Kira called them map flies. On their backs, nestled between their tiny, translucent wings, they carried maps drawn with threads of liquid gold. The maps flashed, casting a soft, gentle light on the ground. One map fly landed near a cluster of glimmergrass. Glimmergrass was just a bit taller than normal grass, and it carried a tiny, pearl-like dewdrop at its tip. The map on the fly's back showed a complex maze. The fly, just as it was drawn on its map, first flew right, then left, then made a small circle. It was following its own map step by step. Where could it be going? Kira wondered. She chose the most interesting one, the fly carrying a map of a single, massive, glowing star. This fly didn't trace crazy mazes. It simply flew straight. Kira followed it. Her soft socks kept her feet silent on the springy earth. The map fly led her to the deepest, darkest corner of the meadow, near an old oak tree surrounded by something she hadn't noticed before: froth moss. The froth moss looked lighter than air and felt puffy to the touch. The fly landed on a large, flat stone right beside the froth moss. All it did was wait. When the fly stopped moving, the star map on its back suddenly flared and drifted down towards the stone poof. The star map stuck to the surface of the stone, sealing itself into the rock. The stone now looked like a silent, glowing star. Just then, the other map flies, carrying their maze maps, began to arrive. Each one completed its complex journey and came to the stone, depositing its map. One a triangle, one a wavy line, and another a little cloud. Kira blinked in astonishment. The map flies were not travelers, they were painters. They were bringing the light and the shapes they had gathered throughout the day and depositing them onto this one large stone at night. As all the maps merged, a colorful mosaic formed on the stone's surface. The stone now looked like a brilliant summary of all the adventures and shapes the shady meadow had held that day. The light glowed softly and peacefully. Kira stepped closer and reached out her finger. The surface was still warm, like it had just been painted. "That's why they carry maps," she whispered. "Not to find a place, but to gather the pieces to record the most important moments." The next morning, the stone looked normal and dull again. But Kira knew the magical map she had seen was etched into her heart. Now, every night when she looked at the stars in the sky, she imagined they might be the bright trails left by 1,000 tiny map flies.